Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a video on my first month at university and the experience and whether I've liked it, whether I've not liked it, all of that. Sorry about the lighting in this video, it looks really dull, I don't even know what is going on with it. I've tried to sort it out but it's not working, so try and edit it on the computer, but otherwise I'm really sorry. I'm basically just going to tell you how I felt about university since I got here. I know it's only been a month, and before any of you who have been there for much longer have gone, oh my god, you can't judge it after that amount of time, but a lot of people have just asked me to do like a first few weeks in university experience video, and that is what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to start with the category of moving in. So moving in, it was so scary. I did not know who I was going to live with. I didn't know how many people there was going to be. Obviously, you know, like in a breadth of kind of like a number, but didn't know who I was going to live with, I didn't know anything. And I was so scared to have people that were going to be horrible. Like, I didn't care who they were, I didn't care whether I got on with them or not, or whether they were my type of person, but I just didn't want them to be horrible. I didn't want to not be able to walk around with no makeup on, my hair out on my head and in my pyjamas and feel like people were judging me. So I'm so glad that I basically have the flatmates that I do. I moved in, I was the first one here. My room is really nice, it's really pretty, and it took me absolutely forever, and it took me and my family forever to put everything up and make it look all pretty. So I was here for absolutely ages. I got here first and my parents left last. But it was worth it because it looks really nice. So I got here, then my other flatmate moved in, and another boy moved in, and then later on the last flatmate moved in, and we just get on so well. Literally can't wish for anybody else, really. Literally, they're amazing. And yeah, so that was amazing, having great flatmates for the start, like, and we all click straight away. Like, we make dinner together all the time. It's like just so easy. And I know a lot of people who have got flatmates that are either just a nuisance, or for example they're like don't talk or anything like that, and it's made their situation really difficult. So I do think flatmates is one of the main things, because obviously when you first move in, they're the people that you've got, that you haven't necessarily got friends yet. So they're the people that you've got. So I think in that way it's kind of difficult, and it's kind of just potluck who you get. But luckily enough, I got amazing flatmates and we just got on straight away, and we still get on now. So in freshers, I spent a lot of time with my flatmates, but also we started to make like a group of friends, because on the Facebook pages, on like the MMU Facebook pages, and also you can go out like there's actual course Facebook pages. We started to make friends. There's people like in your block and flats next door to you, and you do just start making friends with people. I started making friends with quite a few people before I came here, like on the Facebook pages of my course, on Twitter, just all that type of thing. I think I mentioned it in a video beforehand about speaking to people before you come, because it really did make a difference. And when I got here, it was kind of like I was speaking to people, and then it was like, oh, do you want to come round on the first night when we were just having a bit of a flat party, and then go out afterwards? And it just made the situation a lot easier for me, and yeah, it just kind of made everything easier, because you kind of spoken to them before you got here, you kind of like knew them a little bit, wasn't like a complete stranger, and the people that I was speaking to beforehand are actually some of my best friends now. So I found the making friends bit quite easy, to be honest. I do think it's because like you kind of make one friend, and then they're friends with someone else, and then they're also on your course, and then like you kind of just integrate, and you kind of just like making friends with all these people. And I think it does get easier, because you then just create like a little group, and then you just start hanging around with them, and different people come in and all of this. I know some people find it really difficult to make friends, and I think that's just a situation. I don't think that's anything to do with the person. I just think sometimes you don't meet that exact person that you're going to be best friends with on the first day. But as I said, speaking to people beforehand 100% helped. From the experience I'm talking about now, it definitely helped. And the people that I'm friends with are absolutely lovely, and I just feel like I click with them really well. Another thing that I think is really nice is to have like a few different groups of friends. Like, I don't have like 10 different groups of friends, but my friends in my flat and the friends that we have in our flat don't necessarily integrate with the people that I'm actually friends with on my course. So it's kind of like two separate groups, but they do come round and we all like speak and stuff, but it is a different situation. So I do think that is quite nice to have like a different kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Then to the all-important bit, really, the course. So the course I'm doing, if you didn't know already, I'm doing fashion buying and merchandising at Manchester Metropolitan University. On the first week, on freshers, we had 2 inductions. We had one on the Monday and one on the Tuesday. On the Monday, I woke up feeling absolutely dreadful. I was really ill, so I didn't actually make it to the Monday one, and on the Tuesday, I went into the Tuesday one. They were just kind of inductions. They weren't necessarily important. They were just kind of telling you about the university. It wasn't necessarily about the course, but just about university. the one thing I would say, there wasn't many group activities in that situation. There was one group activity, but there wasn't like loads and loads to kind of like get you like with all different people. So I do think that's one thing, maybe they could have like put more group activities in there so you kind of made friends with different people. But even now, like when I'm sat in my seminars and my lectures, people are in their groups. That's it. It's like 4 weeks in and people are in their groups. Everyone's got their friends. And obviously people are so open, people are lovely, and I haven't met really anyone, like a couple of people, but I haven't really met anyone that's horrible. Like there hasn't been anyone that's horrible. And I think obviously you start to get to know people's personalities and you start to kind of tell whether you're going to like the person, but there hasn't been that many people that have been horrible at all. And a lot of people said to me, you're on a fashion course, you're going to get completely out of bitches. But really there hasn't been at all, really, and I've got a really nice group of friends. But as I was saying about the course, it's great. I absolutely love it. I literally couldn't have asked for a better course for me. It is literally just amazing. It just feels like complete fun. One of my first assignments was on River Island to go to the shop and speak about the trends that were going on in the shop. Like, that is not work, that is just fun. And I just absolutely loved it. It was just amazing, because it was just such a great like task to have to do. And all of them, like, from then have been like, talk about River Island's competitors and all this, and it's literally just like my dream to have been doing that kind of stuff. Another thing I speak about is I actually have a job up here, and I'm working for a fashion agency. It's absolutely amazing job. It's just amazing because it's exactly what I want to do, exactly like where I want to be, like in the industry and all of that. I want to be a buyer, but I mean in that kind of aspect, you get buyers coming in, and I'm just seeing it from a completely different aspect, and it's the best thing I could have asked for, especially just going on with the course I'm doing. But what I would say is I thought that I could just do, basically I'm in uni Monday and Tuesday for a whole day, then on a Wednesday I'm in until 1, and on a Thursday I have a day off, and then Friday I'm in until 12. So on that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I've been going into work until like 5:30 every day, which means for every single day in the week I'm not getting home till 5:30 or 6 every single day. And it has kind of made a difference, like an impact on me. Even just if I want to go to Asda to buy some food before I cook it in the evening, it means I finish work at 5:30, I then have to come back here, I then have to get in my car, drive to Asda, which at 5:30 is not particularly going to be the best because there's traffic everywhere in Manchester. I have to drive there, then get in there and buy the stuff. By the time I've got home, it's like 6:30, and then you've got to start cooking, and there's not really any time to chill. And if there is time to chill, you're chilling instead of doing your work and all of this. So I'm not moaning at all because it's an absolutely amazing job and I couldn't have asked for anything better, and it's the best experience I could have asked for. But I am going to cut down my hours there because it has just become a little bit too much for me. And last week I didn't go in at all because they were like not here and all this, and it did make a difference. I just felt like I didn't even like do anything last week. Whereas everyone else, I don't know one of the person that's got a job, because people are just waiting until after Christmas, they're just waiting to get into it. And I would just say, just don't throw yourself in the deep end and get like tons and tons of hours at a job and all this. Luckily enough, where I work is quite small and they're quite casual about things. Whereas if you're working like a retailer, if you're working in like a shop or anything like that, and it's a big retailer and you've agreed to work so many hours, they're not going to be too pleased if you've been working there a couple of weeks and then you go, oh sorry, I just want to like not work as much. Because obviously they've employed you because you want to work that much. So I do think thereabouts is quite difficult, but I would say get a job because it's good structure. You're not just like on your days off, you're not just like laying there doing nothing, because to be honest, in your first few months you're not going to really get that much work. Like the work has not been much at all. But with me working all the time and like going to uni and all this, the work has become a little bit more than it would be for someone else. I haven't been able to have as much time to do it. Overall, my experience at university so far has been amazing. Literally, I've been homesick once. I went home. As soon as I went home, I was like, I want to go back. And as soon as I came back, it was just amazing again. I just absolutely love it. It's the best experience ever. And I would say to anyone, go. Literally. If you're thinking about going, go. Because I know people that haven't gone and have regretted it. Because everyone else is having a great time, and I just think it is just literally the best experience I could possibly even give to anyone. And the independence being here without your parents is amazing. I get on really well with my parents and we've got a great relationship and everything, especially my mum, we get on amazingly. But being here and not having like to kind of respond to anyone, not having to like do anything anyone else says, and just kind of living by yourself makes you kind of appreciate everything they've done in a bit of like a sad way. But also, it just like, it's just better. It's just a nicer way to live. It's just amazing. And I think some people have struggled kind of being by themselves because, I don't know, they just have. I suppose it depends like who you are, but I think it's such a great experience. But one thing I would say, if you don't know what you want to do at university, don't go, because the course is a big part. It doesn't really seem like a big part when you're here. Obviously you're going to your lectures and stuff, but freshers, like, you're just going out all the time, you're making friends. And one of the biggest like things for people when they go to university is like making friends, the flatmates, you know, everything that's going on in the university, rather than the course. You kind of don't really worry about the course as much, I don't think anyway, before you come. But when you get here, at the end of the day, you're doing that course for 4 years or 3 years, and I just think if you don't know what you want to do, maybe like take a gap year or something. But I think if you put yourself on the wrong course and you have to go to that course all the time, there's only a set amount of time where you can change your course, and it's just a sticky situation to be in. I think you need that course to be perfect, because I don't know, that's how I have taken it anyway from like being here. Another thing I want to say about like the cooking and the cleaning and all of that, it has not been a problem. I was really scared about the cooking, because when I was at home, my parents always used to cook because they just enjoyed it, and they always cooked me really good meals. I never really cooked for myself. When I went to work, I used to cook for myself one night a week, but it wasn't anything really like taxing. Being here, seriously, I was like, oh no, like I'm not going to eat very well of this. Literally, we've been like gourmet chefs in this flat. We've been having sweet and sour chicken, homemade chicken curries, chicken stir fry. There's been a lot of chicken in there, but but we literally have made such nice food. And because we're all like doing it together as well, it's easier, because I think if you're making it for one person, you don't want to like cut 4 chicken breasts up and like shove it in. I don't know why I'm talking about blooming chicken breasts, but you understand what I mean. I think it's a lot easier when you make it with your flat. But I know a lot of people, not many people that I know, are making meals with their flat because they just don't get on with them, or they just don't communicate with them, and it's not necessarily their fault. It's just like the flat they've been put in, and it is really, really difficult. But I would say I've literally been so lucky with every single thing that's happened to me since I've been here. Literally everything has gone perfectly. Now, literally next week it's going to go horrific now I've said this. But seriously, I can't even tell you how amazing the experience is. So if you are looking at going to university right now, I know you were writing your personal statements and you're doing all your bits and bobs if you're going to university this year, or if you're thinking about it and you're in like year 12, I just would say just really consider it. I know a lot of people ruled it out immediately, like, no, I'm not going to university, don't need a degree, all of this. And obviously the reason you're coming is to do a degree, but it was one of the best life experiences you'll ever get. I've only been here for a month and I'm already saying that because it's literally amazing. And it's just, and being in a new place is amazing. I would definitely 100% say pick somewhere that you really like. You are going to live there for 4 years, and I really contemplated not picking Manchester because there was a couple of other places I was like, oh, maybe that'll be better, maybe that'll be better. But seriously, this was like the best place, and I loved this when I came. And I knew I wanted to be here, but I kind of nearly picked somewhere else because of other reasons. And I can't tell you how happy I am that I picked here, because it is just such an amazing place to live. It's one of the most vibrant cities. It's just amazing, and it's absolutely huge. And I come from like a really small town, so to me it's absolutely massive. But it's just amazing. And I think also being in such a big place, you getting yourself round, you doing everything, it makes a difference, because you're like, hang on a sec, I know around the city, and my parents have come to visit me, and my grandma and granddad have, and I've been literally like showing them round and like showing like them all the different places that like I've been going, and like, I'll go, oh, walk into town, and like I know the way, and like, and it's a massive city, and they're like really impressed because obviously they've never really like been here that much. They've kind of been here occasionally, but never really been here, and obviously I'm showing them like the place, whereas obviously for the whole of your life your parents have done everything for you, they've known the place and you've just followed them. And it's been such a nice experience, like having that's been one of the best things, like when people have come to visit and like showing them everywhere. It's just been amazing. So yeah, one thing I would say, pick somewhere you really like, just because there's some people that have picked places and I think don't like them maybe as much as they could have if they went somewhere else. But definitely, like as I was saying, pick somewhere you really like, but you're gonna have to go to an open day for that. Like literally just try and go to open days. But if you're looking at Manchester, let me know and tell me, because if you come for an open day, like I'd come and meet up with some of you or tell you things about the university or whatever, because seriously it's amazing and it's one of the best places you could possibly live, because it's just amazing. So after my big gush of like all happiness about university, I'm gonna go. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Also though, I just want to say some of your accounts aren't linked to Google+, so if your account is not linked to Google+, I could not reply to your comment. So if it's not, just message me on Twitter or message me on a comment on Instagram or on Facebook. So any of those, the links are always left down below. So just message me on all my email addresses down below as well. So if you've got any questions, let me know, and I will definitely answer them for you. But I just want to say my laptop's been broke for the past like couple of weeks, and I've been loading all these videos on my phone. So if we're not getting very quick replies, that'll be why, because the laptop is still not fixed. But hopefully it is by the time this goes up. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. The button is just down below, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye.